second thing, outside of the deal process, is also the money process. How can I still get money without me having to work longer hours at my day job? Because again, I didn't want to work extra hours in my day job. It could have got me overtime, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to work, again, extra hours on my real estate investing endeavors in regard to working on the business where my real estate endeavors is concerned, and not in the business where my real estate endeavors are concerned. Hopefully you guys are following. If not, watch this video over and over and over to kind of brainwash yourself to learn this stuff. I didn't learn this stuff in my first go around, but I will consistently listen to the same content over and over and over, and I will ask questions. So feel free to ask questions. This is for you for this live video. If you're watching this later, it's not live, just reach out to us. Go to our website, 100percentfinance.com. We have a lot of resources for you. Just check the links to see whatever you're interested in, okay? So once I started making that decision to work on the business and not in the business, I got smarter and I started being efficient where my time is concerned. And I only spent my time doing things that produced the most bang for my buck. And I also spent my money on things that provided me with the biggest cash on cash return or biggest bang for my buck. So in essence, in short, if you're not already rich, you don't deserve rest, my friend. Especially you. You might be saying, oh, hey, Juan Pablo, I got a full-time job. I got a wife and kids. You know, I got to work out too. Plus, I got to run errands. You know, I got many different things that I have to do. I got a lot of stuff on my plate. My thing to you is, and I did too. I mean, I don't got no wife and kids, but still, we all got responsibilities outside of our 9 to 5. But if you truly want to be wealthy, if you truly want to be rich, you have to make those sacrifices temporarily. And again, I made that sacrifice just 4 years. 4 years of my life, I sacrificed my spare time. Was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. Extremely worth it. And trust me, it's worth it to you. And you can afford to make that sacrifice. So if you're not already rich, you do not deserve rest. So if you're not currently spending your nights and weekends, like I said, an extra hour a day, right, working on your real estate endeavors, and an extra 4 hours on Saturday. That's it. And not just you working in the business. Again, it's not you knocking on doors, hey, tenant, where's the rent? I'm not talking about in the business, I'm talking about on the business. Brainstorming, strategizing, bringing brain power to the table so that you can be more effective as a real estate investor, okay? Then if you're not doing that, you don't deserve to be rich. You deserve to clock in and clock out and wear a shirt and tie every single day. And again, I'm only wearing this shirt and tie because most of you guys see my videos, only to drive home a point to my team. And the point was, as we begin to move further as a business to become $1 million company and then a $10 million company, we all need to become more corporate, meaning we need structure, we need policies, and these things need to be documented. Not policies as in, make sure you be in that 745 or else you get a write-up. I'm saying policies in regard to, hey, well, what's the standard procedure for hiring a new sales rep? Hey, watch this video, new person. You're new, here's your orientation package, you know? Or what's the policies and procedures when we're hiring a new vendor, if we need a vendor to do, or a contractor to revise our videos. You know, we have one editor, and let's say the workload is too great because he's editing videos for our new coaching program, the cash flow coaching program. He's editing that and he's on YouTube. So we're like, oh, we're getting to the point we need another YouTube editor or another video editor or audio editor because I'm converting the Quit Your Day Job book into an audio book, right? So I need someone else to do that, the audio portion. And what if I want to bring back the podcast and so forth? So if you have all these policies and procedures outlined, it's easier to onboard new members to your team. It's that simple and plain. And just like any business, you want everything to be cookie cutter. You want a cheeseburger at McDonald's to taste the same in Marietta or in Riverdale, Georgia. You want it to taste practically the same, right? Otherwise, me as a client, I'll be pissed off. I mean, I don't eat McDonald's, but you get my drift. I'll be pissed off. Why does the burger taste different? It should taste the same, right? Same thing. If you're hiring someone else, it's the same phone script they use, the next person should be using that same phone script as well, especially if it's backed by science. And that's the point we're getting at. I'm like, hey, I want to work on the business, but I need you managers to get on point. So in your case, ladies and gentlemen, You're the manager. You're the CEO of your own business, of your own financial future. I want you to buy into the fact that you need to be working additional hours. I guess, and I'll say it again, about 10 hours a week where you can devote yourself working on the business and not in the business. And if you do that, while applying the 80% rule, okay? 80-20 rule, I'm going to say. If you do that, you'll realize that, you know what? We are rich. I do have $1 million in revenue. So maybe I can rest a tad bit more, but you're not going to do it. You're not going to rest once you reach your goals. Because just like me, once I quit my 9 to 5, I rested maybe about a year or two. I never set an alarm clock. I refused to. From 30 years old to 32 years old, I'm 34 now, I did not set an alarm. I kid you not. You can ask people on the team to vouch for this. When I was working out of my place, right now we're in office, but when I was working at my place, I never set an alarm clock. I refused to for 2 years. But after that, once the blog 100% Finance became the business that it is now, I realized I gotta wake up earlier. I had to be more structured. Because how can I expect my team to wake up earlier and put in more work if I'm not? How can I expect my team to work on themselves? Because if they work on themselves with personal development, with your health and exercise concern, that will correlate to many different ways of business, right? You can't be so focused on business and your health sucks, because you won't have the energy, the mental alertness, and so forth to keep pushing and working long hours. So I realized if I'm not doing this, how can I expect them to do this? So I want you to do this first. Work on yourself. Make sure you work the 10 hours a week on your business, real estate, not in your business, okay? Applying the 80-20 principle. Then you'll be at that point where you can say, you know what, I am rich. But like I said, after those 2 years, I decided, you know what, I'm still going to work, but just do something different. I'll still have my real estate portfolio. I can still do that. That's passive, right? That's the first focus, passive income. But then I said, you know what, I want to do business because I want to touch some lives. I want to have an impact. I want to have an impact on our culture and on our demographic. Like to the point where we all can make a dollar the way that we want to make that dollar. To the point where we can employ people, fire your boss and hire your friends. Pretty much everyone who works for this company, not everyone, but the majority, are family members and friends. But it's amazing to be able to be in a position to provide them with a job position, to be able to spur the economy, to give these people revenue, a paycheck, not just that, just some purpose. Because a lot of them are excited, like, wow, I'm actually making an impact by editing this video, or I'm actually making an impact by helping this person review their credit report, giving them the free consultation. So that's where I want you to be, right? To the point you have enough passive income that exceeds your paycheck, you quit your day job, and then after that, you have the time and the autonomy to start your purpose. So like me, I created a blog just to spread the word, but now I'm getting paid as a result of me just spreading the word. There's no greater feeling to be highly paid for what you love to do. But it starts with you. You got to work on the business. So if you're an aspiring real estate entrepreneur, it's 2018, or whatever year you're watching this video, whatever the year is, it's about time for you to make a concerted change, a concerted effort. It's time for you to make a change. And I'm telling you how to do it right now. And if you're interested in learning more about real estate, because you might be thinking, well, how can I work on the business, Juan Pablo, if I'm not even working in the business? I haven't got a property yet. Well, you got to crawl before you can run, right? So in that case, you need to increase your learning. You need to increase your network. You should be networking with people who are doing the things that you want to do. Why? You heard the old adage, birds of a feather flock together. If you're aspiring to be a real estate entrepreneur, you're not even associating yourself with none of the sort, you're kidding yourself. If all you hang around and associate yourself with are employees, nothing's wrong with that. But if that's all you associate yourself with, then of course you're going to remain an employee for the rest of your life. Birds of a feather flock together. If you're an eagle, fly with eagles. Associate with real estate investors who are doing the damn thing, doing business on a consistent basis. You need to associate because they will rub off on you. Like when I used to play basketball, and if I missed a layup and my teammates would get on me, I would feel humiliated by that. I say, you know what? I'm gonna practice to the point making a layup is automatic. I don't even have to think about it. But if it's while I'm practicing, I will also seek guidance and counsel from people who are really great at making layups, so they can teach me a thing or two of how they do it. And it could be just a simple finger roll, or it could be, hey, make sure you slap the backboard when you go up, or always aim for the box. It could be like those small little jewels that I wouldn't have known otherwise unless I sought out successful people. And that's what you got to do. If you want to be a real estate investor, and you say, hey, this person in my local area or online, it could be me, for example. Hey, this person's successful. You know what? I'm going to seek this person out. I'm going to request an audience with this person. Or if they are a thought leader, which I have, books, I'm a published author, and I speak nationally as well. You might say, hey, I'm going to attend their events. Hey, I'm going to buy their book. So that way you can be in that association. And speaking of books, outside of just the networking, you also want to increase your knowledge. So like I said before, if you're not at the point where you can work on the business because you're not working in the business yet because you don't have any properties, outside of networking, you need to be increasing your knowledge. You need to read, you need to watch, you need to listen to everything there is about that subject matter, real estate investing. And if you're saying, hey, Juan Pablo, I don't have the money or the credit, how do I get started? You need to increase your knowledge because we teach creative financing. In fact, we have a product out now, how to close on your first buy and hold deal, because that's the most important thing, right? So that way you can start working in the business and then on it, how to close on your first buy and hold. Buy and hold is like a rental property, in other words. Buy and hold, duh. A lot of people comment hold, H-O-L-E. I'm like, it's buy and hold. You're buying a property, you're holding on to it. That's what that means, all right, for rental income. So how to buy your first buy and hold in 12 weeks or less using creative financing, which is this right here, or it can be lease options if you don't have the credit, or it could be you can wholesale it.